Look what I got here, kids. I hope you're having a great summer. After all, remember to stay educated. Because sooner or later, school's going to start this August. And then you'll be back in school, broadening those brains of yours. Your minds, they're growing. And staying educated. Also remember to go to the library. Check out your latest book. Speaking of books, a favorite story of mine based on Walt Disney, Lady and the Tramp. Who's here not seen Lady and the Tramp? Never seen the movie? Well, you're not the way. They're reading it to you. Lady and the Tramp by Walt Disney. Ta-da! See a cute photo? Ain't that cute? Lady and the Tramp. Walt Disney. What better way to keep reading and learning English? If you don't have a library near you, then I would get it from the nearest bookstore. If there's no bookstore, then I would go online. For those who are adults, check out barnesandnobles.com. Strong supporter of education, libraries, Smithsonian, museums, UNEMA. Jim Deere and his wife, Darling, were celebrating Christmas Eve. Here, Darling, he said, handling her pretty box. Christmas season, as you know, is Casanovas' favorite time of year. Let's see, that's a big Christmas tree still up. Some folks have them up all year long. Here, Darling, he said, handling her pretty box. Darling untied the ribbon and out popped the most adorable cocker spaniel puppy she had ever seen. I love her, Darling explained happily. She's a perfect little lady. See that? Ta-da. Now she comes out of the package box. When Lady was 6 months old, Darling and Jim Deere gave her a brand new collar and name tag. How fine you look in your new collar, Lady. Darling said that night, as usual, Jim Deere tucked the lady into her very own basket. Lady was the princess of the household. Jim Deere and Darling loved to pamper her. They gave her special treats from the table, and they always found time to play with her. Lady was sure that she was the luckiest dog in the whole world. See Lady chasing the ball? Look at that. But as spring blossomed into summer, Jim Deere and Darling began to play with Lady less and less. Now they spent most of their time talking about someone named Baby. Who is this baby? Lady asked herself. A baby is nothing but a bundle of trouble, said a husky voice. Lady rolled around to see who was speaking. It was a scruffy-looking dog she had never seen before. Why, he wasn't even wearing clothes. See? By the way, Paige said, my name is Tram. What's yours? I'm sorry, replied Lady, but I never speak to strangers. Suit yourself, said Tramp. But mark my words, he called out. She tried away. When a baby moves in, a dog moves out. Short time later, heard new sounds coming from the master bedroom. Saw a cooing sound. Come in, lady, darling, said Jenny. There's something I would like you to meet. Someone. So this is what a baby looks like. Though lady wagging her tail happily, he's not awful at all. Why, he's almost as sweet as a pup. You see? See lady looking at the baby? Soon life in Lady's household had almost returned to normal, but one day a stern-looking woman barged through the front door carrying a suitcase and a big basket. "Well, we're going away for a few days," Darling explained to me, "and we're counting on you to take good care of the baby. Aunt Sarah here has come to help you." Two pairs of blue eyes stared at Lady from the basket. "I wonder what she has in there," said Lady. "See that? They're all going away on a trip." She soon found out the eyes belonged to Aunt Sarah's cats, C and M. The two cats hopped out of the basket and made themselves at home. "We are Siamese, if you please." "We are Siamese, if you don't please," they asked. Cats hissed and sometimes they get into mean little arguments. Think a darn mess. Lady got the feeling that C and M didn't like her, and for some reason Aunt Sarah didn't seem too friendly either. Lady watched Sally. Darling and Ginger walked out the door. "Oh, please, don't leave me here alone," she said softly. "You see that?" Aunt Sarah went upstairs to check on the baby. As soon as the mischievous cats saw her leave, they began to turn the house upside down. "Stop that!" Lady barked. Anyway, she really had her paws fully tried to keep the goldfish and the canary safe from home. See that? The cats are into mischief. Just like you saw in those of you who saw in the movie. When Aunt Sarah saw the terrible mess, she was sure it was all Lady's fault. "You naughty dog," Aunt Sarah scolded as she chased Lady from the house with a broom. Poor Lady, she had never been so insulted in her whole life. Upset, she walked out of the yard. Lady didn't pay attention to where she was going, just as long as it was as far from Aunt Sarah as possible. It wasn't long before Lady found herself on the other side of town. She was far from her home. The well-mannered dogs were here to friends. Suddenly, Lady heard the angry growls of a pack of vicious dogs. They were surprised to began to chase her. But before they could harm Lady, Tramp showed up and saved the day. "Why don't you pick up on somebody your own size instead of bothering the lady?" Tramp shouted at the pack of dogs. Tramp fought like a tiger. When he thought he was through with those boys, he could run away fast enough. Lady thanked Tramp for risking her, and then she told him all the trouble Aunt Sarah and the little cat. "Poor pig," said Tramp. "How about a nice hot meal to cheer you up?" he suggested. He brought Lady to the best Italian restaurant in town. "What a nice surprise!" cried Tony, the chef, when Tramp appeared at the back door. "Come on, the Mrs. Spaghetti." Look at that. He made us spaghetti for Lady in a dress. He pitch. On the bench. "Is it last spaghetti on a garlic the mese bread?" Tony was so delighted to see Tramp with such a lovely lady that he brought out a big plate of spaghetti and made balls for the two dogs to share and serenaded with his accordion. "This is a wonderful night," Lady said to herself. She gazed fondly at Tramp. "He's not so bad after all, even if he doesn't have a collar," she thought. After dinner, Tramp took Lady for a romantic stroll through the park. That night, the two dogs fell asleep. See, Tony playing no cold. Look at that. All for the little dog. Love is in the air. You never know. "Oh dear," cried Lady the next morning. "I should have been home hours ago." "Oh, forget about the rules for once," replied Tramp. "There's a whole big world out there for us to explore. But who will watch over the baby?" You win, said Tramp. I'll take him. Their walks was quite pleasant until Tramp spotted a hen house his eye lit up at once. Chickens, he cried. Ever chase chickens, bitch? It's fun. Before Lady could stop, Tramp ran into the midst of a clucking hen. See Tramp trying to chase them hens? Down to mischief. So they stare there. Oh no. Stop! Shouted the lady, but Tramp was having so much fun to stop until the owner of the house called the dog kitchen. Run, lady, run, called Tramp. They sped away. He thought Lady was right behind, but Lady wasn't fast enough. She rounded the corner of the dog catcher, nabbed her, and threw her into a wagon. Tramp had no idea what was happening. You see that? Dog catcher. What's gonna happen now? Before she knew it, Lady was behind bars at the city pound. She was so ashamed. What are you in for, sweetheart? laughed Bo. The bull died putting fleas on the boat. Luckily, a kind dog named Boss told Lady that she had nothing to fear. Dogs with names tags never stay. Here along, he explained. Sure enough, early the next morning, one of the guards came for our lady and took her home. But Aunt Sarah was still upset, so she chained Lady up outside. Soon Tramp, who had been searching for Lady all night, came prancing into the yard. Pitch, she explained. I've been so worried. Don't call me Pitch, snapped Lady. This is all your fault. I never wanted to see you again. Lady felt sad and lonely. She pressed. Promised darling that she would protect the babe, but how could she do her job? She was chained up outside. Soon it was dark. Lady tossed and turned, but she could not fall asleep. Suddenly she heard something move. It was a huge rat, and it was heading straight for the house. You see that? You see that? Look at that. Lady watched in terror as the rat climbed in the road and through the baby's window. Woof, woof, she cried. Tramp came running when he heard her bark. A rat, cried Lady, in the baby's room. Tramp rushed into the house, and Lady managed to break her chain and follow him. Together they ran into the baby's room. Tramp grabbed the rat off the baby's crib, and they got into a huge fight. What do you think will win? The mouse or Tramp? Tramp and the rat rolled around on the floor, knocking over lamps and chairs. Finally, through Tramp won. We had the baby was frightened by all the noise. Aunt Sarah was awakened by the baby cry. Shh! Get back, you brute. Down to the cellar, will you? He was chasing Tramp all the way down the cellar. He accidentally broke some dishes trying to chase after that rat. Aunt Sarah wasted no time calling the dog catcher, and for the first time in his life, Tramp found himself on his way to the pound. Lady watched Sally as the wagon pulled away. Just then, Jim Deer and Darling arrived home. What was going on here? Asked Jim Deer. I found a stray dog in the baby's room, explained Aunt Sarah. And your dog's here. Where am I? Right beside with that lady began to bark and head upstairs. Stop her, squealed Aunt Sarah. She'll hurt the baby. Nonsense, Jim Deer. Tell us something. Tell us something, lady. Led them all the way to the dead rat that lay hidden behind the chair in the baby's room. Merciful heavens, explained Aunt Sarah. Good dog, said Jim Deer, giving Lady a hug. You did your job well, girl, just as I needed. See that? But what about the other dog, Jim Deer? He was brave too. Let's see if we can stop the dog catcher before he gets to the pound. Jim Deer and Lady hurried outside, then they hopped into a taxi and sped after the dog catcher. When they finally caught up with the wagon, Jim Deer explained to the dog catcher that Tramp didn't want him back. You really like that tough guy, don't you? Jim Deer asked Lady. Well, why don't we invite him to come and invite us to live with us? He added. Lady smiled at Tramp. Then she waved her tail to let Jim Deer know She thought this was a splendid idea. Took some getting used to, but Tramp grew to love being part of the family. Jim Dear and Darling grew to love him too. It wasn't long before he had a collar and name tag of his own. When Christmas Eve rolled around again, Lady and her Tramp had a very special present under the tree. Not one, two, not even three, but four adorable puppies of their very own. See Lady and Tramp with their kids, the puppies, chasing after the baby. Look at that. As you can see, quite a show. The Let's see, kids, you go to the library, you get books just like these. Speaking of which, you thought that was the end? Look what we got here. The Lion King. You ever seen the Walt Disney movie, The Lion King? You need to take your parents, your friends out to Walt Disney Orlando. You should see the movie. The Lion King movie. You never seen the movie? Well, I'll be reading it to you. You see there? It'll bring out the animal in you. God's greatest gift. Came from far across the dusty African plain. They came on pedaling paws and pounding hoofs and flapping wings. Each beast, from the tiniest ant to the largest elephant, made its way to Pride Rock, for that was the home of the Lion King, and this was a special day in the Pride. Today, Simba, the firstborn cub of King Mufasa, and Queen Sarabi would join the great circle of life. The animals took their place and bowed to King Mufasa. Then Rafiki, the wise bubble, stood at the edge of the Pride Rock and held up the little cub for all to see. Who's not seen the Lion King? A great cry rose from all the animals. The elephants trumpeted, the zebras whined, and the birds sang for joy at the sight of Simba, future Lion King. But one animal did not join. In the joyous ceremony, Scar and the king's jealous brother stayed in his den. You see that? Let us Scar just laughed with the king, said birds with Zazu. They'll criticize. Then the evil lion popped the bird into his mouth. Scar would have eaten Zazu if Mufasa hadn't come along just in time. Zazu wiped his feathers off, scolded as the king's brother. You should have been first in line at Simba's ceremony. Scar agreed and eyes blinked. I was first in line until the little hairball was born. That hairball is my son, your future king, Mufasa. Scar slinked away. Don't turn your back on me, Mufasa. Warned Scar looked back over his shoulder, his eyes narrowed. Perhaps you shouldn't turn your back on me. Scar. Simba grew up quickly. One morning, Mufasa took his son to the top of Pride Rock and took him. The circle of life never stops turning. One day the sun will set on my top, as ruler and rise with you as king. Then everything the light touches will be yours. What about the shadowy place, Simba? Mufasa declared. You must be never good. You know? Suddenly, Zazu swooped down and squared hyenas in the pride. Suddenly, Zazu swapped and squawked. Hyenas in the pride lines. Mufasa found Zazu take Simba home. Oh, Dad, I can't. Can I calm Simba wine? Mufasa shook his mighty mane, plying savage hinds with no job for a little Simba asked his Uncle Scar about the shadowy place. An evil plan formed in Scar's mind. Only the bravest lion could go to the elephant graveyard. Scar told him he knew the foolish cub would go there just to prove his brave. Scar was right. Simba couldn't wait to go to the elephant graveyard with his best friend, Nala. Nala, but how could they go without watching every move? We've got to ditch the dodo, Simba whispered. Nala giggled and agreed. Soon the two friends found a way to escape their feathery babies. Before long, the young lions had reached the dark, mysterious place beyond the boulders of Primal. Giant bones poked out of the ground. It's kind of scary, Nila. Let's check it out, Simba said. I laughed in the face of danger. Hee hee, cackled three mean hyenas, Shinzi, Banzai, and look, boys, a king fit for a meal. Shinzi sniffled. The cubs ran, but soon found themselves pulling Simba's step brake in front of Nila and tried to roar. The hyenas laughed and jeered. Simba opened his mouth to try again. This time, Elephant Bones rattled with a thunderous roar. The hyenas were confused, and so was Simba, until Mufasa sprang to reveal, and the mighty lion chased away the hyenas. Zazu had seen the cub in trouble and flown for help. Mufasa told Zazu to take Nala home. Then he scolded Simba for disobeying him. Oh, Dad, I was just trying to be brave like you, Simba. Mufasa sighed. Being brave doesn't mean you go looking for trouble. A good king is always as wise and well as Simba suddenly felt very small. We'll always be together, right, Dad? Mufasa looked up at the starry sky and said, the great kings of the past look down on us. From those stars, so whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide, and so will I. Later, Scar met with a hungry hyena. I practically gave those cubs to, he complained. They weren't exactly alone, Shinzei whined, but Scar had another plan that would allow him to thank him. Stick with me, and you'll never go hungry again. Hyenas danced and cheered. The next morning, Scar took Simba to the bottom of a rocky cavern. Now wait here, he ordered. Your father has a big surprise for you. Would I like the surprise, Simba asked? Scar smiled. Oh, it's to die, he said as he walked away. Then he gave a signal to the hyenas waiting on the canyon ridge. The hyenas knew what to do. They chased the huge herd of wild beasts down the canyon. Simba felt the earth shake. His heart, he heard the clattering of a thousand hooves. Then he saw the wild beast heading straight for him. Simba managed to climb a dead tree and cling to a branch. Help! He shouted. Help! Was on his way for Scar had found his brother. Mufasa, Simba trapped. Mufasa, Simba's trapped in a stampede, Scar cried. You see that? Stampede of the wildebeest? It's a scary predicament. Beware, man. Just as Scar fled, Mufasa rushed to Simba's rescue. He left his son to safety, but then fell under the rushing tide of hooves. Dad, Simba shouted. He couldn't see anything through a huge dust cloud. Mufasa tried to pull himself on the steep rocks from the Scar watched his brother struggle. Help me, brother, help me, Mufasa pleaded. Scar reached for Mufasa's paws. He pulled his brother close and whispered, long live the king. Then Scar let go and watched Mufasa tumble down the steep slope. You see that? He fell. Scar let go. When the stampede was over, Simba found his father lying lifeless in the dust. No! Simba wailed. Scar came to the suffering cub's side. What have you done? There were wild beasts everywhere. You tried to save me. It was an accident, Simba said in Russian. I didn't mean to. Of course not. But if it weren't for you, he'd still be alive. What will your mother think, Scar? Simba looked stricken. What should I do? Run away, Scar. I sighed. Run away and never come back. Scar watched Simba's run. Most of the kids in real life should never run away. Good idea. Parents love it. Scar watched Simba run when he sent the hyenas after him. The hyenas chased Simba to the border of the prairie. The cubs dived into a thicket of thorns at the edge of the great desert. The hyenas looked at the sharp thorns, then at the desert. The cub blasted out their shins they declared. You see that? Simba ran until he couldn't run no more. The 30 cub collapsed on the sand. Vultures circled him hunger. Puss and Bud Simon led me again his fat friend Pumble. The warhog chased away the vultures. Simba woke up in their jungle home. Where you from? Timon asked. Simba said, It doesn't matter, I can go back. What did you do for kid? What did you do, kid? Puma wondered something terrible. Simba. Timon shrugged. Who cares? You've got to put the past behind. Hakuna Matata. What? Simba asked. Hakuna Matata. Timon repeated. It means no worries. That's the motto we live by, and here's what we live on. Timon showed Simba a wiggly insect. Simba watched Pumbaa eat a grub slowly but satisfied. The warhog said with a bob. Simba frowned, but he ate the big grub. Then the cub smiled and said, Hakuna Matata. In the months that followed, Simba ate many grubs after seeing that, and grew into a full-sized lion. Most of the time he was happy with his friends, Timon and Pumbaa. Yet he missed his mother and often thought of his father. One night, as they gazed up at the stars, Simba remembered what his father had told him. He wondered if the great king of the past really were looking down from those stars. Simba felt very alone. Looking up at the stars. Simba thinking it was Dad. The next day, Simba heard Timon scream. The young lion raced to the rescue. A hungry lioness was about to pounce on Pumbaa, who was stuck under a log. Timon Brave was trying to protect him. Simba gave a mighty roar and leaped at the lion. But just as he began to fight, Simba recognized his old friend, Nala. He grasped in disbelief. The lioness looked deep into his eyes. The handsome young lion whispered, Simba, Scar told us you were dead. Nala told Simba how terrible things were now that King Scar and his hyenas ruled the prairie. There were no food, nor water, and many of the animals had fled. But can you come back and become king? Then everything will be all right. Again, Nala said. I'm no king, Simba said angrily. But that night, Rafiki, the baboon, came to Simba and promised to bring him to his father. He said, Look, all your heart, all your mind. See up there? No stars, look. When Simba looked up at the stars, he heard a familiar voice. Simba, his father asked, have you forgotten me? Simba gasped. No, how could I? You have forgotten who you are, and so have you forgotten me. The ghostly voice continued. Look inside yourself, Simba. You are more than what you have become. You must take your place in the circle of life. Simba knew his father was right. His friends returned with him to the prairie. You see that? Back at the Fried Rock, King Scar was angry with Riley for not finding food. Suddenly, Scar heard a great roar. He couldn't believe his eyes. Mufasa, it can't be. You're dead, but Riley recognized her son. Simba, she says, I come to take my place as king. Simba roared, but Scar would not back down so easily. Simba leaped at Scar, but the villain slipped away and sat behind and rushed at him. Rock echoed with her hideous laughter, and the hyenas forced Simba to the edge of a cliff. Scar walked up to the exhausted young lion. Your daddy isn't here to save you. This time Scar taunted him. Then he pushed Simba off the cliff. Simba's claws scrambled for a hold on a steep slope. This looks familiar, Scar said. Oh yes, I remember. It's just the way your father looked before I killed him. You see that? At last Simba knew the truth. With a mighty roar he leaped at Scar. Meanwhile, Tom and Pumbaa and the lions chased the hyenas off a prairie rock. When Simba sent Scar flying all over the cliff, the villain landed in the mob of hungry hyenas. They cackled really. Finally, they had me all fit for a king, all king fit for me. Simba thanked his friends when he walked to the top of the rock. His roar echoed through the park. The rightful king had taken his throne. The plains were soon lush and green. Again the animals returned. The hunting was good once more. Simba knew that the king must have queen so close he chose the beautiful name. You see that? Before long, the animals again came from far near across the desert. African plain. This time they came to meet the firstborn cub of King Simba, Queen Leia. Wise old Rafiki stood at the edge of the pride rock and held up the cub for all to see. The elephants trumpeted and the zebras whined for joy as the future Lion King joined the great circle. The You see that? Rafiki holds up. Simba's completing the circle line. That's a sunset. See that? The end. You all should go to the zoo sometime and see all the animals there. Then you would learn all about zebras, lions, and every other animal. God be with you wherever you are in the world after all. Remember to love one another. Love is a very important gift. Remember to share with your brothers and sisters and those that love you around you, those that care about you. After all, or for them, things wouldn't be so brown. Remember to say your prayers tonight. Oh Lord, may you watch over me. May you watch over those that care about me. Watch over those that love me, O Lord. Keep me safe while as I lay asleep at night, this day. Or as dawn, as night turns to day, may I have a good day. Now as you lay me down to sleep, my soul to keep. This night I pray, as dawn night becomes, much love. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.